Hello students, welcome to the session on legal reasoning. Today I'll discuss a passage which was issued by CLAT Consortium as a sample paper. To make the best use of the session, I suggest you do two things. Number one, go through my theory session on legal reasoning. The link to the session is given on the description below. Second, create a free sign-up account on our website and solve the exercise on your own before you go through the video. The process for the free sign-up is also given on the description below. Now that you would have done both the things, let's start the class. Welcome students to this class on legal reasoning. Now this is my first session on the new pattern of legal reasoning, which is a passage based, right? So I sincerely hope that you have finished my other 4 classes in which I made you practice principle based old pattern questions. Why? Because I gave you my rationale. Purane question mein the principle was given to us and fact situation was given to us, and we knew that we have to apply this particular principle. So if we can't do that, we'll find this difficult. In the new format, we have to identify the relevant principle also, right? So let's start the question. Again, the best way to make the most use of this class is go to our website first, start a free sign-up account, attempt this passage there, and then come for the video. All right, so let's start. Okay, here we go. So this is the passage. All right. So if it's a paper-based paper, which in your case would be most likely to be paper-based. So when I attempt the passage during reading it, I underline important points. Right now, some of my students I've seen they underline most of the passage. They end up underlining everything. No, you should underline those things from which you think a question can come up. And how do you know that? The line or the word that sets a principle or a criteria to make a decision, underline that. I'll show it to you how. All right. The population of a state is divided into 2 categories. I just marked 2, citizens and non-citizens. A citizen of a state enjoys all civil and political rights. A non-citizen, on the other hand, does not enjoy all these rights. So these are the important factors for me. 2 categories, citizens, non-citizens. Citizens, all civil and political. Non-citizen does not enjoy all these rights. Okay, paragraph 2. Under the Indian Constitution, certain fundamental rights are available only to citizens. So this paragraph will tell me what are those fundamental rights. Namely, right against discrimination on the grounds of religion, race. Now this part I will not underline, right? If at all, I'll underline Article 15, Article 16, 19 and 29. So these are articles and 30 under which the rights are available only to citizens, because I can make a question from here. I can tell you that a person is not a citizen. He is not given a right which is under Article 15. Can he claim it? The answer is no, because he's not a citizen, right? So in this, the only thing which I categorically mark would be only to citizens. If at all, I'll mark this 15, 16, 29, 19, 30. But this paragraph, the principle is what are the rights that are available only to citizens. Okay. Now let's look at paragraph 3. In this case, several offices can only be occupied exclusively by citizens. So again, I'll mark only this one, because if a question comes about offices that could be occupied by citizens or whether it could be occupied by non-citizens or not, I know I have to come to this paragraph. So that's it, only this much. Equality before the law or equal protection of the laws within the territory of India and protection of life is applicable to non-citizens as well. So within article, okay, so this paragraph is telling me what are the fundamental rights that are applicable to non-citizens as well. That's it, right? Come to the next one. The Indian Constitution doesn't prescribe a permanent provision relating to citizenship in India, which means it could change the provision. It simply describes categories of persons who are deemed to be citizens of India, okay, and leave citizens to be regulated by law made by Parliament. So the laws can change. Article 11 of the Constitution confers power on Parliament to make laws regarding citizenship. The Indian Citizenship Act 1955 was enacted in exercise of this provision. So right now, no criteria is given. So from this paragraph, guys, I think it will be very difficult to make a scenario-based or a fact-based question. You can come up with an inference-based question that what is likely to be inferred from the passage. But a question in which they give you facts and then they ask you to make a decision, it will be difficult to make a question like that from this paragraph because no criteria is given. Okay, now look at this. By the Citizenship Act 2003, section 3, it was amended. So for me, I'll underline only the word amended to provide that persons born after December 2003, December 3, 2004, this is giving me criteria, would deem to be citizens of India if both their parents are Indian citizens, or it's not and, it's or one of their parent is a citizen of India and the other is not an illegal migrant. What is important? At the time of person's birth. So this is a criteria, guys. So he may be an illegal migrant before the person's birth. He may be an illegal migrant after the person's birth, but that is not important. At the time of person's birth, that time the other parent should not be an illegal migrant. So this question, this paragraph, I can make questions from this scenario based because criteria are given to us, right? So I hope you understand now that how to look for the relevant things. Okay, now look at this. Next para defines illegal migrant for us. Illegal migrant under the Indian Citizenship Act means a foreigner who has entered India without a valid passport or travel documents. Now it is plural, so I don't know which travel documents are. You don't have to use external knowledge. It has to be, you should have a valid passport, if not valid passport, or travel documents, or with a valid passport or travel documents, but remained in the country beyond the permitted period of time. So two criteria are given to us. I will not memorize the criteria. I will not try to make a note of the criteria. I know if a question comes on this, I have to go back to this particular paragraph. Okay, last one. If the central government is of the opinion that an applicant is a person who has rendered distinguished service to the cause of service, philosophy, art, literature. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, world peace or human progress generally, it may under section waive all or any conditions specific to attain Indian citizenship. Here it is given that it is not permanent, the laws, it could change. This is giving you one exception or one reason by which you can change citizenship and give a person citizenship. For me, guys, this is a very good passage. From the point of view to make question, this is a brilliant passage because there are so many principles, right? So coming up with 5 questions is extremely easy because there are many principles. You will see that at times you come across a passage जिसमें एक ही principle है. It becomes difficult to make questions in that particular passage. But here, as a person who has to make questions, lots of choices. These are the various paragraphs. First paragraph talks citizen and non-citizen. Paragraph 2 talks about rights which are available only to citizens. Paragraph 3 talks about offices that could be occupied only by citizens. Paragraph 4, non-citizens also are given some fundamental rights. 5, what are the provisions for citizenship? 6, how it could be amended. 7, it is defined as who is an illegal migrant. And 8, certain conditions are waived and a person could be granted citizenship, right? So broad points, I know what is being discussed in the paragraph. Okay, now let's come to the question. Number 1. Again, my favorite line, pause, solve, and then play the video. The state passes a new law that prohibits foreigners visiting India from posting on the social media accounts for the duration of their stay in India. Alex, a foreigner visiting India. So the basic criteria, the basic core of the passage is citizen, non-citizen. So he is a non-citizen. Okay. Challenges this law on the ground that it violates the fundamental rights of foreigners in India. Will Alex challenge succeed? So first of all, we have to see which fundamental right, because there are some fundamental rights which are available to non-citizens also, and some available to only citizens. So this is more of freedom of expression, right? So this is covered in paragraph 2. This is what paragraph 2 says, right? Look at this. Freedom of speech and expression, Article 16, this is covered. This is applicable only to a citizen. And therefore the answer is, first of all, you have to decide yes between yes and no. So he will not succeed. So this immediately out. Between no, you have to check what is a good rationale. No, it is a violation of freedom of speech. It is definitely a violation of freedom of speech and expression, but this right is not available to a non-citizen. So therefore, this is the correct answer. So first make the call, yes, no, and then the rational. It will save you time also. Let's come to question number 2. Okay. Alex was born in Germany in 2005. Her mother is an Indian citizen who normally resides in New Delhi. Her father is a German citizen who had visited India often before Alex's birth, occasionally without a visa. So this is one of the documents, guys. We don't know what are the other travel documents. So maybe he is visiting with some other form of travel document which is allowed. Alex's application for Indian citizenship is rejected on the grounds that she does not qualify as a citizen under Section 3 of the Indian Citizenship Act. If Alex challenges the decision based on the information set out in the given passage, and in this question, will she succeed? So first of all, we have to talk about the provision, and this one is amendment to citizenship, paragraph number 6. So first, what you have to do in new form of CLAT is first you have to identify that in the passage, which paragraph is the relevant principle which you have to apply to come to an answer. So in this question, it would be paragraph 6 and paragraph 7. Because, okay, what does paragraph 6 says? Section 3. It was as per section 3, right? Amended to provide that a person born after December 3, 2004. So the person should be born after December 3. This is number 1. Would be deemed to be citizen of India if both the parents or one of the parents, and in that case, the other parent should not be an illegal migrant at the time of the person's birth, right? So if I look at the option choice, so Alex satisfies the first condition, which is he was born after December 3, 2004, because he was born in Germany 2005. So ये वाली condition satisfy हो गई. Is both his parents Indian citizens? No. This one is not satisfied. So this one can still be satisfied. One of the parent is a citizen of India. Her mother is a citizen of India. Passes. Now the second condition is the other is not an illegal migrant. When? At the time of Alex's birth. Also, now we have to apply what is an illegal migrant to identify whether his father was illegal migrant or not. Illegal migrant under the Indian Citizenship Act means a foreigner who has entered India without a valid passport or travel documents, or you came in with valid documents, but you stayed beyond the permitted time. So let's look at his father or her father. Alex's father is a German citizen, okay, who had visited India often before Alex's birth, occasionally without a visa. So you might be tempted. You might make two mistakes here, guys. First of all, you think he's coming without valid documents. It's only without visa. He could have come with some other allowed document that we don't know. The second mistake is, even if it was the only valid document, he was an illegal migrant before his birth, before her birth, Alex. We have to decide during her birth. So is that information given? Let's look at this. वो information given नहीं है. So at Alex's birth, what was the situation of her father? That information we don't have. So incomplete information. Let's see. Let's look at the option choices. No, since she was not born in Germany and not in India. That is not the case, guys. The person could have born anywhere, but after 2003. So this cannot be the rationale for not allowing her to be citizen. Yes, since her mother was an Indian citizen and her father was not an illegal migrant at the time of birth. We don't know. No information is given to us at the time of Alex's birth. So I'll keep it for a while. Let's look at C. Yes, since her mother was an Indian citizen at the time of her birth and her father had applied for Indian citizenship. This A, we don't know. And second, this is also not a criteria. So this is definitely out. D. No, since her father had visited India without a visa on occasion, and so has been an illegal migrant in the past. Now, between C, B, I cannot say, but D is easily eliminated because an illegal migrant in the past cannot be a reason. The person, one of the parent has to be an illegal migrant at the time of the birth. So ये तो out हो गया. Because ये out हो गया, therefore B is the correct answer. Not a great choice, but it is least incorrect. So therefore 1.2 का answer is B. All right. Let's come to number C. Okay. A historical monument situated in India is maintained by the government. The monument is also a Hindu place of worship and is visited by several thousand Hindu worshippers every day who pray at the monument. the government passes a rule making it compulsory for all visitors who are not Indian citizens to pay 500. A foreign citizen who is also a Hindu and regularly visits the monument challenges the rule on the grounds that it is violative of the right under Article 15. So whether he is Hindu or not, that is not important. The important is whether he is citizen or not. He is claiming the right under Article 15. So all we need to do is, in paragraph 2, which is given, it is only eligible for citizens. And one of the paragraphs said it is also allowed to non-citizens. I think that was Article 14. But इस case में Article 15 तो guys, Article 15, no discrimination on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex, is only to citizens. So he cannot claim this right under Article 15 because that is allowed only to the citizens. And so, the answer is no. So this one is out. This one is out. Look at this. No, since the right under Article 15 is only available to citizens. Yes. No. All right. So answer is B. Let's go to question number 4th. Sheila is an English citizen who has made remarkable discoveries in the field of robotics. Sheila's parents were both English citizens throughout her life. Sheila now wishes to apply for Indian citizenship. Which of the following would most likely help her application succeed? Right, which is citizenship. So we know she can't fall into that category where one of her parents is an Indian because both of the parents are English citizens. So she can't get on that criteria. Born after 2003, one of the parents is citizen. So she cannot get citizenship on that criteria. The question is asking, how can her application succeed? So there is only one case in which her application can succeed if she satisfies the conditions given in last paragraph or paragraph 8, which was distinguished service to the cause of whatever it is, or human progress generally. So if her work has done this, then she could be granted citizenship. Right? So which is the answer would be in this case? D. Right? Everything else is not within the scope of the passage. Last question of the day. Before we attempt this question, guys, one thing I just want to remind you that if you're serious about your CLAT preparation, you have to write lots and lots of mock tests, but the mock tests have to be relevant so far as the exam is concerned. Please try our test, have a sign-up account. In the sign-up account, we've given you one free full-length mock test. Lots of other content also which is free, but one full-length mock test. Try that out. Look at the quality of a mock test and then prepare with it. Then you can upgrade and buy our other tests also. But we have invested a lot of time and energy in making our test relevant to your preparation. So if you're not preparing with us, you're not preparing for CLAT properly. Okay, look at this, 1.5. Sahil was born in Tanzania to parents who are both Tanzanian citizens. He studied law in India before this and this, and later made a mark for himself as a lawyer in the trial courts. He also acquired Indian citizenship. Okay, so he acquired because we know that, the law could be amended while studying law in India, and has now been nominated as a judge of the High Court. Which of the following, if true, would weaken Sahil's right to be appointed as a judge of the High Court? He is a citizen. As per the passage, a person who is a citizen, only that person can occupy the office of a judge. He became citizen. He was not born in India. He became citizen and he was appointed as nominated as a judge. Now the question is asking, which of the following, if true, would weaken Sahil's right to be appointed as a judge of the High Court? All right. So we have to give a rationale using which we could say that no, he cannot be made the judge. Look at the first one. Article 2017(2) is amended to provide that only persons born in India may be appointed judge. If this happens, he would fail and he would definitely not be allowed if this is true. So I'll keep it. Look at B. After December 31, 2019, a person who is born, it's after. He was born before that, right? He studied in 2002, so he was born much before that. So obviously, even if this was true, it will not apply to him. So it will not weaken his proposition to be a judge. The Constitution is amended and all fundamental rights are extended to all persons. So if it is extended to all persons, then it is not weakening, it is strengthening. Now, so he can easily become judge. So we have to weaken. Article 124(3) is amended to provide that only persons born in India may be appointed judges of Supreme Court. Good, but it is for Supreme Court. This is for High Courts. So this was a good reason, but only for Supreme Court, we had to give answer for High Court. Yeah. So with this, the class is over. I would discuss minimum I would discuss, guys, 24 passages with you. That's the minimum that I'll discuss with you, but I can go more. And yeah, so keep on practicing. As you would have realized in this, the key thing is when you read the passage, keep an eye for a criteria. The fact-based question will only use a criteria. So when you're marking, when you're underlining something, keep an eye for something. If you were to make a question on the basis of something, you need a criteria, right? So if I say that tomorrow my session is at 9, so from this I can make a criteria based question, right? So keep an eye on that. When you're reading the passage, just make sure that you underline important things. So for example, as I said, not everything, but let's say these are the things that I underline, because that helps me read for the idea and not the detail or not the content as such. I hope you like the class. See you in my next class. I'll discuss one more passage. Take care. All the best. We at Mentors Capital have curated the best test series for you. We can confidently claim that our test series is best in the market. So go and see it for yourself. Remember, coaching kahin se bhi. Test series from Mentors Capital.